Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is Wednesday, July 28th, or if you're listening to this in Australia and New Zealand on that side of the world, very well could be Thursday, July 29th. So today the moon shifted into Aries. That occurred early this morning on the east coast of the U.S., I think before 6 a.m. actually. And so for all intents and purposes, we have an Aries moon. Of course, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and Aries is all about initiating ideas, inspirations. Aries is a fire sign, and so we have a tendency to be a little bit more fiery when the moon is in Aries. Perhaps even a little bit more impulsive when the moon is in Aries. The Aries moon does make a supportive connection to Mercury. Remember, Mercury just moved into Leo yesterday. And so there's a flow between our feelings and what we're saying. Certainly here in the U.S., yesterday when the moon moved into Leo, we heard some testimony by the police officers who were attacked at the insurrection on the 6th, and it was quite an emotional experience, not just for the people who were giving the testimony, but for most of the people listening to the testimony, including myself, who used a couple of tissues for that one. The other thing, a couple of other things, we'll talk about the moon first. The moon does make a supportive trine to the sun in Leo. This is creative, self-expressive. Is it creative, self-expressive? No, actually, it's a Sag side trine. So social rewards and understanding and sharing our knowledge. I think it's also a good aspect for the continued January 6th investigation that's going on. We also have information that'll help us, inform us how to move forward in the future. Now, for the other thing that's happening today, Jupiter, which has been moving retrograde for a while now, actually moves out of Pisces today and moves back into Aquarius. It will be in Aquarius, I believe, till the end of the year or the beginning of next year. I think it might even be the last day of December or something like that. I should check before I tell you, but suffice to say, the end of the year. And then it's going to be back into Pisces from the end of the year until the beginning of May. So we will have more time with Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter is one of the ruling planets of Pisces, the classical ruler before they discovered Neptune. And really, to a certain extent, the planet that we're more likely able to relate to, because Jupiter is a social planet and Neptune is a transpersonal. And the transpersonal planets, because they're transpersonal, are a little bit more difficult to navigate sometimes. So Jupiter makes it much more amenable to us and much easier to work with. So the fact that Jupiter has been in Pisces has been a little bit of a healing balm for many people. So what happens now that it goes back into Aquarius? Well, Aquarius is a sign associated or ruled by both Saturn and Uranus, a whole different energy than Jupiter. And so as Jupiter moves back into Aquarius, we are going to get back to the work that needs to be done, the work of justice, humanitarianism, all the things that Aquarius is associated with, group endeavors and such. And so we have to roll our sleeves back up for the rest of this year and really sort of work on expanding the principles of and working with the principles of Aquarius, which is one of humanitarianism, working in groups, working for the common good, and things like that. So some of the softness that we have been afforded is now going to sort of move out of our energy fields, and now we have to really get serious about what needs to get done, as far as how we're going to expand ourselves within our communities and within our lives, so that we can work together in a more, what's the word I'm looking for? Efficient, progressive, and practical way. So that's what's going on. All right, guys. So that's what's happening today. Have yourself a beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Looks like we're starting with a cloudy day here, but I did look at the weather. It did say that the sun will come out a little later, and maybe dry up a little bit because it is a little damp. But it's nice and cool this morning. It's like 66 right now, which I'm not complaining about really, because I like the coolness. But I also like the sun, so hopefully the sun will come out soon. All right, guys, take care. Much love. Namaste.